Hello, Sunshine Community. I'm here with Ramato.
Yo.
We got Pink and Mars in a row control match. This is game two for them, I think. Yeah, game two. We got the yellow shine sprite under Mars, who won the first one.
Yeah,
So
I can't say I watched it, but yeah, it was probably a good match. These are
I think
both pretty even players, I think.
they are. Pink is definitely faster. Um, I think with Pink, when she's on and she's gonna listen back and be mad at me, but sometimes when her brain uh just turns off a little bit and she can make some weird decisions, but when she's on and she's not like making wrong calls or anything, I think it'll be tough for Mars to keep up because she's a good deal faster.
Yeah, makes sense. Let's see if the players are ready to start.
All right, here we go. So I I'm a horrible person and I frequently internally root for someone. In this match, I don't think I can root. Well, the thing is, I'm rooting for both of them. Mars is the best 2v2 partner ever. Pink, I was like friends with before I really got into bingo. And I probably scrimmed with her most or second most out of all my scrims. So I'm a big fan of both of these players.
Yeah, these are definitely interesting matches to watch. You just want both players to do their best.
Yeah. Um, okay, what jumps out at you?
Uh, I guess there's Pina with 5 bluebirds and 7 beach blues, also lily pad and butterfly and Delfino turbo, also Pinasara Marian 6 from 2, so funny that the first thing was already pretty strong.
Yeah, that is, yeah, geez, that's really strong. I don't know that it's like strong enough to just do a hard rush. So, like, what would you? I see like four Pianta shines, but not much else.
uh,
Pianta. I mean, maybe a butterfly. After doing your four Pianta, you'll have one available, but
yeah, I could also see just securing the row 4 instantly with 9 from Delfino, 5 bluebirds and 6 from 2 earls.
that would
It's,
be sick.
yeah,
That would be such an awesome call.
yeah, I've been waiting to see the Delfino for 6 from 2, but it hasn't really been happening, even though I thought that
And
was
like,
gonna be a pretty common option.
you could maybe do it with like 15 Delfino blue coins and maybe even 40 total blue coins for row one. Um,
Yeah, I think you can stop for those and still win Pina.
and then like you're ahead to Pinto Shadow Mario in row two. You can get 7 Pinta Beach Blues and probably Delfino Turbo for row three.
Yeah, and maybe route in some lives in Delfino, or just the
Yep.
60 totals. So yeah, that looks pretty viable. So what's the counter then? Honestly, I guess you could just take the 15 from Delfino earlier and also take the Fruit Ladies, and at that point the play gets a
Yeah.
lot more rough.
Rico's okay in terms of like what you could do. And instead of just hard rushing Pinna, Rico has Rico 3 coverless with 6 Rico shines. Um, so you could maybe do a 6 from 2 with Rico instead.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty balanced play. Gets you the Turbo Nozzle, 3 from 4 progress, 6 from 2 enemies, bosses, a lot of good stuff.
There is a Bianco 100 coin shine and Bianco Shadow Mario. So maybe they could start Bianco, like with 3 bosses on the card. Maybe they start Bianco and do PD. Um, it's
Yeah,
okay setup. but it is definitely going to slow you down if you're trying to rush some of that Penna stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit of value and works with the 3 from 4, but overall those goals are both pretty painful, so if I was routing the card,
Yeah.
probably don't wanna do those.
Yeah, those feel like almost desperation goals.
Yeah,
Not desperation, but like stuff you have to clean up in the mid or late game.
I guess if you wanna do Bianco 100, it's 40 totals and 15 from Delfino. Those work pretty well together.
I should probably learn a Bianco 100 that routes in blues. I just know the pure 100. All of my hundreds, I just know the pure 100 route, not routing blues in.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I usually just improvise, but yeah, the Bianco 100 is a bit weird since there really isn't any free blues on the way. If you do the Rico or Celaro 100s, you are automatically picking up a good few blues, but
Yeah.
Bianco you have
Yep.
to go a bit out of your way for them.
Yeah. And then, so I just noticed 5 enemies. I don't know how I missed that. That also gives Rico a little bit of value. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of them rushes Rico at the start. I don't see either of these players being bold enough to rush Penna. As much as I would love to see it, I don't really expect it from either of these players.
Yeah, it's a pretty scary play for sure.
Yeah. I would be afraid of it. Even if I saw it, which I might, I would be afraid of making that call.
Yeah, it's a bit of a narrow win condition. I wonder if we'll be seeing any deep Gelada with the 3 from 4, 1 Turbo Nozzle and Wiggler in row 5.
The people would love it. Me, I am the people. I would love it. But I don't know how strong it is. I mean, it almost completely assures you row 5, but it slows you
Yeah,
down to like everything else.
yeah, there really isn't anything else of value. I guess the 2 Piantissimos.
Yeah, but you still got to go through Sandbird for that. Jeez, that's gross. I guess
Yeah,
that's better than Noki. Like Noki has surprisingly little value. Is there any Noki goals? Are there any Noki goals on the card?
no. Yeah, I don't see any.
Nothing. That's wild. All right. I'm betting they both open up Bianco to start. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no. Is Mars making the hard rush call?
oh, that would be really sick. Yeah,
Oh my gosh. I hope so.
yeah,
He might be rushing Rico. I would love if this is rushing Penna though.
yeah,
That would be amazing.
I kind of feel like it's a Ricoras since usually the traditional Pinaras takes the prison sign first, so
Yeah.
probably not, but the order really doesn't matter. It's just what people usually do. But I've also had times when I'm still kind of considering my route, so I just do beach sign and then decide if I actually want to Pinaras. So that could have happened here, but Mars just going for the Rico play. Though I don't really agree with the beach sign choice, since even if you do Chuckster, as long as you just get the coin during this fight, it's a few seconds faster than beach sign because it has the long unlock animation.
Yeah. Oh, Mars missed the blue. I didn't see if Pink got jail blue. Pink might be entering Bianco.
Starting the...
No, maybe not. She's no.
Yeah, I guess technically Pink could be going for the Pinaras, but just wants to secure the Delfino Blues as early as possible. I think that would actually be a pretty good play, but still not super likely.
Oh, good bonk.
Yeah, looks like she just won
Oh,
a bit of value while waiting for the Shadow
yeah.
Mario.
It's not. I mean, it's not a terrible call. It's a very. I don't know. In one way, it's safe, but at the same time, it's not like PD gives you a ton of value with like all of the options that it can provide. Um,
Yeah,
it's kind of set up, but it's not like reds or secrets or even hiddens are on the card, right? No reds, secrets, or hiddens.
yeah, not really. It's mostly just for the Bianco calls in row 1 and the 3 from 4,
Yeah.
2 from 5. And then you are probably winning bosses and uh, enemies. I think Mars is favored too if he really wants them, but Pink could get them if Mars stops for Rico 4 before going for the enemies.
I don't know if I see Pink re-entering Bianco 3 right away.
Yeah, and she would also
So,
have to enter Bianco 4 if she wanted
right,
to do the enemies optimally. So
right.
yeah, probably not what she's aiming for, but that's kind of a good amount of the value that Bianco offers. So
Oh, Mars just got so unlucky with those spam sprays. None of those water droplets hit the plant. Yep. So Mars probably gonna head towards Rico 3 hoverless. I doubt he stops for very many blues. With
yeah,
18 Serena blue coins on the card, I feel like blues don't have a ton of value. Like that is like if anyone's getting that, it's like the last goal clicked at the end of the game because we're tied 2-2 in rows.
yeah, it's not really even a blue coin goal. It's just a Sirena goal usually.
Yeah. And are there any other like level blues? I mean, other than 15 Delfino?
Not really. Yeah, it's
Mm,
just the
yeah.
two totals that are guaranteed. Oh,
Okay.
is
Pink is
Pink?
gonna follow Mars into Rico. This will be interesting. Oh, just
Oh,
kidding. We're grabbing a bird first.
yeah, it's interesting how she's routing the Delfino Blues.
Huh. Okay.
I
I
yeah,
thought she was gonna go do Chuckster.
I also thought that, but maybe a bit of indecision.
Yeah.
Uh, Honestly, I think the second Bianco Shine is fine since you aren't really gonna win to the Rico goals at this point, so might as well get the 2 from 5, 3 from 4 value and also unlock the Turbo Nozzle. Oh, this is interesting, but I feel like
Bianco
it's a
100.
I feel like it's a bit too early for this.
I agree.
Yeah, hundreds don't really have much value on this card. It's literally just the Bianco hundreds, and you can kind of play around that pretty easily if you just do the blue goals and butterfly as Mars. But also pinkies can just do the Bianco hundreds and blues, so I guess it also works in that sense, but I feel like you don't really wanna commit to the hundreds and give up on Pino unless you get a really good value.
Ooh, Mars struggling. All right, he got in there. This route isn't totally optimal from Pink either. She accidentally sprayed one of those pokies into the water. Didn't get any coins from it.
Yeah,
I'm not even.
that's
I learned Sid's route for Bianca 3. Oh, there is some more coin loss. So I don't know if this is a common route for Bianco 3 or if she's just kind of
Yeah, I don't think this
going
is
for it.
my route either, so not really sure. Probably
There's
it's
plenty of coins in Bianco 3. She'll get it. It just might be a little slower than optimal.
Yeah, I think the main issue with doing it in reverse is that you end on the other side of the village, and if you don't have enough coins, then you have to backtrack a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks
You want
like
like upper 50s when you go back into the village. Like 58 might be like the minimum, I think. Maybe with windows and or doors or whatever, you can be a little lower.
yeah, I guess those exist. Oh, Mars having a bit of a rough bonk. Oh,
Oh, another one. I shouldn't laugh because that is totally me. Okay, there we go. Mars is good. Oh, he could have made the candy cane if he really went for it. Wow.
yeah,
Where are we going, Mars?
I was kind of
Taking a long way.
well, technically, optimally, this is the shorter way, but yeah,
Mars is a freaking gamer. Holy crap.
I was kind of expecting him to take the faster route since he's known for doing some pretty solid ILs.
I didn't realize this was one of his ILs. And the click immediately. Smart. If nothing's been clicked, who knows? You could be in a race. I think that makes total sense for him to click that right away.
Oh, it's not showing up on stream. 1 second. I'll get that fixed.
There's a click. I promise. It's in Bingo Sync. He clicked Rico 3 hoverless. I swear.
Yeah, it
Pink
looks
is going to
like...
be short 1 coin, so she's going to have to spray a window or something.
Yeah, it looks like we are having some trouble connecting to the dashboard.
There we go. What a pro. Excellent work, Restreamer. Now the question is, does she know where coins on? Yeah, she knows what she's doing. Now she has to delay this, and she can probably delay it for quite a while after seeing Mars Rico 3 hoverless click. She can probably interpret that as he rushed Rico and went straight there.
Yeah, Pink is stopping for some blues now. Definitely a wise call, since the blues pretty much decide row 1.
They do, but I also feel like it's slowing her down. But I guess it's going to be necessary to try to counter Mars's Rico, and at this rate, he'll probably win to Pinna as well.
Yeah, I feel like Pink needs to do the 4 Fruit Lady 60 totals and lives in row 3 and then just find a third row with the low progression. Since she's pretty much committed to not contesting Pina and not really doing the best in the level sign department either.
It would be wild. She could do a 3 from 4, like Bianco, Rico, Gelato, get Wiggler, and get her 1 turbo after Wiggler, or with Wiggler. Or after Wiggler.
I think the main issue with that is that it's a bit rough to win 3 from 4 if you do a bunch of slow shines with Bianco and then also slow shines with Gelato. But
that's
also,
true.
Yeah, maybe it can work if Mars just does 6 from 2 with Pina and Rico and ignores the 3 from 4 completely.
Yeah, the way it would have to work is Mars like overcommitting, which he might if Pink delays things appropriately, because he still doesn't really know what Pink's up to.
Oh, Pink is starting the Fruit Ladies. Or not, or yes.
A little bit of indecision.
Yeah.
I feel that. That is me every time. In my first 120 race, I didn't collect a blue from the pineapple lady. Like I talked to her, threw all the pineapples in, and then I didn't get the blue from her. And I like was towards the end of my run, and I was like, "Where's my last blue?" So let's just hope that Pink doesn't do that. I've seen people do that in bingo matches too, and I'm like, "How do you do that?
Oh yeah, I
How do
think
you
I
just
saw.
not get the blue?"
Yeah, was it like JJ that did a Cyrano whenever and then realized that they missed missed talking to the fruit lady and then went back before they
Mm-hmm.
clicked in?
Mm-hmm. Okay, got the blue coin. So Mars did 1 through 4 in Rico and is now heading to Gelato. Probably for Bluebirds. I don't expect him to stay there. He'll probably get the hidden just because it's like crazy fast for a level shine. But other
Yeah,
than that, I don't see him sticking around in Gelato. Maybe 2 from 5.
yeah, I guess you could. Gelato 1 isn't that slow. Yeah, and it looks like. Oh, I guess he at least wants the enemy first. Then we'll see.
Oh, interesting clicks. Those happened like pretty much simultaneously. And if Pink had waited another few seconds, I think she would have continued delaying Bianco 100.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate, since that definitely reveals a lot of information. Now Mars is
Yeah,
just gonna be really comfortable with doing whatever he wants before Pina.
yes. This will put Mars at what, 7, 8 shines total?
Yeah,
He got 2 in Delfino and 4 in Rico. Oh, good Bluebird, but the other one flew away or wasn't there. Maybe it wasn't there when he got there. These birds don't mess around.
I kind of hope that Mars goes back to Rico now and gets the Rico 5 so he can finish up the 3 bosses with Pina. I think that will make
Oh,
Row
yeah.
3, Row 2 probably his, since he already
Yeah,
has the,
definitely.
yeah, leaving 6 from Rico first to Pina. Piantissimos, nobody wants to do.
It also takes away a ton of value from Pink doing Bianco 2.
Yeah, and it was already not the highest value play, but looks
Yeah,
like Pink is gonna be pretty focused on a few goals this game. So that's just gonna make it even more clear for Pink what she needs to do. So it pretty much looks like row 1, hopefully Pink is gonna get, then row 2 is Mars, row 3 pretty contested, but yeah, I guess both players have ways of getting it. Row 4 most likely Mars, and row 5 could still go either way.
yeah, I agree. I would say that this match is a little bit favoring Mars right now, but yeah, it's still close. Pink is having a time with these fruit ladies.
Yeah, they can be a bit tough if you haven't played the game in a while.
How'd they bounce all the way down here?
Oh, apparently.
Yeah, so Mars definitely ahead to Delfino. He's going to get bluebirds. He'll probably just do that as soon as he enters Pinna.
Yeah.
So that will probably scare Pink away from going for row 4. Not that she could even really contest it to begin with.
Yeah, Mars is even ahead to 6 from 2. Just a really
Yeah.
well set up. Though honestly, I kind of disagree with the Delfino signs. There's no really need to rush the Pinna when you see Piango 100s being clicked. Unless Pink just really needed the Piango 100s and then did a Delfino rush after that.
Yeah, Rico 5 would have been a really strong call to win 3 bosses in row 2.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if Pink is interested in that. If she is probably thinking of maybe the Rico one and then Wiggler, so Mars might still have time.
Oop, had a Durian bounce towards the bottom. She only has 2 over here. I didn't see her put one in initially. Maybe she did, because the Fruit Lady's dancing. Yeah, Mars well ahead to Penna right now.
Oh, that's a bit close. Oh
no. That hurts from Pink. Pink has not grabbed the blue coin from the Pineapple Lady, is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, this is looking a bit unfortunate.
Oh no. It doesn't look like she has any intention of talking to that Pineapple Lady.
Yeah, but I guess she will once we unclick it, or maybe she'll be confused for a bit.
I wish we could see it. Oh, I was trying to see it to see if it's still dancing. Yeah, I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna unclick immediately.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty contested goal with the Beach Blues.
Oh, does she know?
Oh, this is some next level routing.
Wow, she knew. I wonder if she was counting her blues totals and knowing that she needed a certain number.
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
No controversy.
Yeah.
What's Mars doing? Birds? Did he just miss the first bird and is now going for the other one?
Yeah.
Or did he only get one in Delfino?
I didn't really see, but I guess the one next to Sirena is kind of out of the way.
I mean, kind of, but it's so much faster.
Yeah, though this one isn't too bad if you approach it from the right angle.
Has Pink opened Rico or Gelato?
I don't think so.
Oh, man.
Yeah, doing Piango 100s and Delfino Blues kind of sets you behind for everything.
Oh, man.
Oh, she does have a Rico unlocked, apparently.
Okay. Bianco 3 is a weird call. I guess it gets her a third shine in Bianco for 3 from 4.
Yeah,
And you can maybe see that Mars has only done Rico and Pinna, but still kind of odd. I guess she does need 3 from 4.
yeah, there's also the Turbo Nozzle, which is definitely a goal she needs.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's the only easy goal in that row. Other ones are gonna take her a while, but she's in a pretty good position for row 1 and row 5, so in that sense, she has a lot of time to go for row 5, as long as she realizes that's really the only row left for her.
She's ahead to 60 totals as well. So she, she's not in the worst spot, really. Like, if she makes all the right calls, she can win rows 1, 3, and 5.
Yeah.
Rico is interesting. I'm sure this is for 3 bosses, but maybe for blues totals as well, because there's a bunch of blues here.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It could be the bosses and the from 5 play, which would make, yeah, I guess that will make row 2 kind of viable with the Piantissimos, but not the easiest still. So yeah, she has a few options, but kind of needs to commit to one. Can't really afford to waste any more time. And looks like Mars is heading back to Rico.
Yep.
I guess once you see the Beach Blues gone and your opponent does Bianco Hundreds and Fruit Ladies, you kind of know that Pina is safe.
Wow, he's gonna get 3 bosses with this too.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, that might actually be not too bad for Pink, since the row 5 Wing Audition is a bit more viable than row 2, I feel.
I agree. But I think if Pink had gotten 3 bosses, it does slow Mars down at least a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
It looks like she really wants to finish 40 totals here.
Yeah, not
It's
too
not
far
terribly
away.
contested. I don't think Mars is thinking about blues at all, but I get wanting to finish it.
I wonder what, when she will commit to the lives, since Mars could pretty easily snag that, and Mars knows, Mars knows he has a huge lead in Shines, so that row is pretty much his if he goes for the lives now. I kind of hope that Pink just exit Arias here, although I guess that will cost a bit of 3 from 4 progress. So
Yeah, that's
maybe
the
not.
only issue with exiting.
Yeah, at that point you are banging on Wiggler and 4 from Pianta, which is a bit rough. It's not impossible, but definitely would need to either win a 50-50 or have Mars just ignore the row.
Mars back in Rico, which is fine.
Yeah, it's still the 6 from Rico progress, but also he's gonna get the Turbo Nozzle, which is gonna be really, really rough for Pinkish.
Oh, I totally
Yeah,
forgot about the turbo in Rico 7.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
been
that's gonna
delaying.
really hurt Pink.
Yeah, she's just been delaying that for a bit too long, and that's gonna make row 5 a lot of pain.
Ooh, ooh. Unless Mars dies here, he gets turbo, assuming he re-enters Rico immediately. Which it looked kind of close a couple times, but he took it pretty slow. I don't think he was holding forward for that Rico 6. Most of the time, it felt like he was just steering. Which, hey, totally understandable.
Yeah, definitely don't want the 1 minute time losses in bingo.
Yeah.
Oh, Pinkish is re-entering. Looks like she doesn't really see her wing condition right now, which is a bit
Mars
rough.
doesn't see turbo.
That's interesting.
He won 6 from 2? Yeah, he
Yeah,
won 6 from 2 with Delfinos. Which,
that's...
like, why? You're already super ahead in that row.
Yeah, he has done some really fast shines, so 6 from 2 shouldn't really be a worry. And Pinkish did the Delfino Blues and Bianco Hundreds, so she has like no progress for it. Yeah, I feel like Turbo Nozzle and Lives are the crucial goals right now, and both of them are getting ignored.
Well, they're getting ignored because I think both players see them as like they don't build to anything else, and I think both players feel like they still need to build like their general progression to other goals instead of just committing some time to securing those goals. That being said, Turbo would be very fast for Mars right now.
Yeah. I guess.
Like, he doesn't even have to kill Shadow Mario. He literally just needs to enter the level.
Yeah, that's true. Though, while you get the Turbo Nozzle, you get the Shadow Mario for free, so you might as well get the Shine for Delfino Turbo.
That's true. I guess I forgot about Delfino Turbo. For some reason, I thought there's no reason to go to Noki. You don't need shines anymore. But yeah, totally forgot about Delfino Turbo.
There also would have been the Butterfly, but that row is already gone. Pinkish.
So we're tied up, one row apiece. Pink's still not grabbing her Turbo and Bianco. Mars heading, oh man, Mars heading back to Pinna.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess maybe once the Lily Pad, Pinna Shadow Mario, there's some value, but also not really the most important goals right now.
Mars needs 2 more clicks in row 3 potentially. I don't really see him getting 60 totals, but he is ahead by quite a bit to Delfino Turbo. So yeah, that's kind of what you're saying earlier about lives being a pretty important goal right now.
Yeah.
Like, if Mars could secure that, it might win him the game.
Yeah, that's the only goal in the row that could that either player could get. There's no way that Pinkies wins Sign Progress and Mars is pretty significantly behind the Blues.
Yeah.
Pinkies going for even more Blues.
Yeah,
like,
she is.
Yeah, she's just tunneling on the Blues a bit too much. Not seeing
the classic. It's the classic problem of going for what you're already ahead to, which I struggle with. I feel like most bingo players that are not Div 1 end up doing this at times, going for goals that they're already ahead to that they don't really need to secure.
Yeah. Mars leaving Pinna again. Was that for 2 from 5 then? Maybe just changed his mind.
Okay, here's the Turbo.
Oh, yeah, that's nice to see. I guess he just forgot about it for a bit. Yeah, so that's gonna make Pinky's win condition really narrow. Needs the Wiggler 3 from 4 and 4 Pianta signs.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to 4 Pianta most likely. What is Mars's 3 from 4? He only has Rico and Pinna, right?
Yeah, outside of the single shiny
one
Gelato.
Yeah.
And Pinkish has 3 from Bianco. And was it 2 from Rico?
I think just 2 in Rico, yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty even, but maybe, I guess, slightly Mars favored. But also Pinkish has a slow level out of the way, so she can do the Pianta and Gelato pretty fast now. But for that, she needs to stop doing these blues.
Yeah, the blues are painful. I know she wants to secure it, but Mars just does not care at all.
Yeah, looks like they are just both kind of doing their own things right now. Not really contesting the goals that they are tied to.
So if Mars ends up overcommitting to Pinna, Pink will have to make some really good calls to secure 3 from 4. I think that's, if she loses that, I feel like the game's kind of over.
Yeah, there's no way she can get Lily Pad and no way she can get Pinna Shadow Mario, and that's already game.
And kind of same thing with 18 lives. Like, if she loses 18 lives or 3 from 4, I kind of feel like it's over.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough position.
Bingo's
feel
so hard.
yeah.
I guess unless your name's Ramato.
Yeah, so after Pinkies gets the blues and the gelato one here, I think just maybe go get the lives, then get the third Rico sign, then go for the Pianta signs. I guess, yeah, so she's gonna get the gelato one. So hopefully that gives her a lead if it becomes the bigger race.
I don't know if she sees the Pianta play right now.
Yeah, right now all she can see is the blues.
Yeah,
Hopefully once she's done with the 60, she'll see what's left for her.
but
Right,
Mars doesn't see the lives or the 3 from 4 play either. So it's not
yeah,
like, I don't know.
I feel
That
like
being said, I feel like Mars has a little more wiggle room to focus on, like, uh, some of the less important goals. I feel like Pink needs to focus on those goals that are going to be the linchpins to win.
yeah, and even the less important goals are still gonna get Mars a second row and a second goal in his third row, so he only needs one more goal, so there's a lot of leeway. I think the good thing for Pinkies is that once she's done with the blues, all there's really left are the important goals for her, and then the Pina goals, which she has no progress to and knows that Mars is ahead. So she should be seeing the win condition after this.
Man, she's going for some really slow blues right now.
Yeah, I wonder what makes her think that blues are contested. I guess Mars got 5 enemies and 5 blue birds, which technically have blue in their name, but they aren't really
Yeah,
blue going goals.
yeah, I don't know about this. Does she know the last blue coin she can get?
Yeah, there can't be too many more. She's been here for a while. And also lacking a route, a bit rough. She's been through everywhere a few times now.
Yeah. Okay, so she doesn't click it immediately.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting call. If you're gonna spend like 4 minutes getting the blues. Oh yeah, that makes more sense. Just wanted to
Mars
grab the
is
shine.
trading. Is Mars trying to do 3 from 4 with Noki?
Yeah, I guess there's the Piantissimo, but also you already have the Finassaro Mario. So I feel like the Pianto signs are just more value right now, since it's Piantissimo value and the 3 from 4 and 4 Pianto signs.
Okay, this has to be a life grind from Pink.
Oh, that's nice to see.
It's nice, but it's a little late, and I think this is going to allow Mars to win 3 from 4.
Yeah, with doing the blues, you can't really afford to do something that you don't snipe Mars to, so she's kind of banking on Mars doing the lives now as well.
Yeah,
But Laia,
which he's unlocking Yoshi, presumably to set up Delfino Turbo. I guess the 60 totals click does kind of make Mars worry about that row a little bit, but it
yeah,
doesn't even have to be a part of his win con, especially when he's about to get Lily Pad.
yeah, so the main issue for Pinkies right now is that she's just like 1 or 2 signs behind the 3 from 4, assuming Mars doesn't find something to waste time at while she catches up.
Yeah, this life grind has not been the cleanest. I mean, I guess there's a world where Mars rushes Shadow Mario as his third goal in row 2, but it kind of feels like his game to lose right now.
Yeah, Pinasaro Mario or TPNissimos with Noki would be a good time waste. I guess that's
Yeah.
the lose condition here.
But even that being said, like he already has 3 from 2. If he went for Piantissimo, that would be 3 from 4.
Yeah, outside of I guess the needing another Pianta sign.
Realistically, Mars could even do Pianta right now.
Yeah, that would basically
Or
just end the game.
he has so many options. He could do so many different things.
Yeah,
Oh,
whatever.
he's doing lives.
Oh yeah, that's the one goal that he shouldn't be doing.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Pink probably won't delay, so Mars won't waste that much time on it.
Yeah, although
But it's
I
still
guess
a little bit of wasted time.
I guess Mars did click the lily pad, so maybe that's an incentive to delay. But Pink hasn't been doing long delays so far. I guess the Bianca 100 was for a bit, but yeah,
She
that's an
doesn't delay
instant
it.
click. Yeah, now
Okay, she has 0 chance in row 2, right?
yeah,
I
not
mean,
really. But this is a good start since Mars could follow her to Pianta, then he could follow her to Gelato, and then she just needs to win 3 from 4. And it looks like he is following to Pianta. Yeah, that's...
wow.
Yeah, this is actually getting pretty close now. Since
Wow.
both of them have the Gelato hidden. So Pink is just one sign behind in Rico, and it's Rico 3, which is a 50-second sign. So if Mars does some gameplay mistakes, this is actually a game that Pinkish can win.
This is crazy. Mars
Yeah,
just makes some really unfortunate, like understandable, I guess, but really unfortunate calls here.
yeah, it's funny since if he went for any of the row 5 goals, he would have won, but stopping for the lives even for a minute changed it all. But there's still a bit of room for decision making. I think he can just rush the 3 from 4 instead of going for Wiggler, and yeah, I guess he could leave the Pianta after Pianta 3. Yeah, I guess that would be a split play with Gelato. Just do the Gelato 1 and then maybe Gelato 1 Reds after Pianta 3. But looks
Ooh,
like...
not the best chomplet. This is where Pink's any percent will help her out. I know Mars has grinded Pianta 3. Some of the other one, well, I guess he only needs 1, 2, and 3, and 2 is pretty much an auto scroller. But
yeah,
still, these chomplets are not the best for Mars.
it looks like about a 40-second lead right now. So that's almost a Rico 3, and there's still a lot of Gelato signs to increase the lead. So assuming Mars follows Pink to Gelato, then I think this could very well be a pinkish win. Which is pretty crucial considering that Mars has the 1 game lead, so that's the only way we get the game 3.
Pink's playing for her life right now. So the question is, does Pink stay for Pianta 4? She has to, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the obvious play here, but yeah, I guess you can kind of expect Mars to do 1 to 3, and at that point, is he really gonna go and do 3 more signs for 3 from 4, or do the one sign for Pianta signs. I feel like the 4 from Pianta is a lot more likely.
Yeah. From Mars' perspective, he's probably thinking, okay, Pink is either in Pianta here with me or she's doing Wiggler. If she doesn't click for Pianta, I have to keep going for it. Like, if I'm in Mars' shoes, that's what I would be thinking.
Yeah, I think you can take that 50-50 and after that rush the 3 from 4.
Yeah, Mars has IL'd Pianta 3 quite a bit. His time's actually like a second or two faster than mine. So I'm expecting a pretty quick Pianta 3 here.
Yeah, that's a lot of bounces.
Yeah, he's good though.
Going for the spin jump stress. Pretty safe.
Little hiccups, but he did fine. That being
Yeah.
said, he's probably going to re-enter Pianta 4 and follow Mars in here. So wasting a little more time still.
Yeah, at least the exit area is gonna give him a bit of an advantage to the next word. So
That's true.
Yeah, so I guess actually unless Mars is stuck in sign select, that would mean that he would have a bit of a lead if it becomes a Wiggler race.
Based on when each
Unless
one finished Pianta 3, it's a 50-second time differential right now. Oh, Pink doesn't get chain skip.
I wonder
She
if
needs like every second she can get right now.
yeah, though unless she goes for a delay, it's not gonna matter. And it's a really scary delay to do when Mars can just win the game.
Yep. Mars sees it and exits. Neither of them have any episodes progress in Gelato, right?
Nope.
Mars going to Gelato, Pink not. So this is going to be the game. Why are we opening Pinna, Pink?
Yeah, that's a bit questionable. It's not the fastest 3 from 4. And yeah.
Is there a world where Pink gets Pinna Shadow Mario in 2 from 5? She gets 2 from 5.
Yeah, I guess 2 from 5 she is well set up for. Just needs one more gelato time, but...
And she can probably do Pinna 1 through 4 while Mars is doing Gelato 1 through 3 to catch up in Pinna. But then Mars has a Piantissimo right after Sandbird, right?
Yeah, it's a cute idea, but I don't think it has enough merit to actually work.
I like it. I think it means we're going to get to see a Sandbird and a Gelato Piantissimo, which is rare.
Yeah, and to be fair, Gelato has some difficult execution for players that haven't done 120 shines, so Mars could spend a lot of extra time in Wiggler or the second mirror or Sandberg.
True. Yeah, the only reason Pink is here is if she's trying to win row 2. That's a wild call. I wish it could work, but I don't think it can.
Yeah, and it's also interesting that she did the 4 Pianta signs if she doesn't really need it, other than the 2 Pianta signs for Piantissimos. I guess maybe it's to not give Mars the fast row 5 sign and force him to Gelato, which would work if Gelato didn't have the Piantissimo, so that's a bit unfortunate for her.
I did forget Mars doesn't even have to do Wiggler right now. He can just finish Gelato and then head back to Pinna and win, because he'll still be ahead.
Yeah.
This is his 3rd Gelato shine.
Yeah, I think this technically opens a bit more of a win condition for Pink, since I think EYG is a more likely time loss than Gelato signs. So actually, I feel like it favors Pink, but...
Oh, Mars dying!
Yeah, that's a bit rough, but he has a bit of time to spare.
I wonder which one Mars is going to go for between Piantissimos and Pin Shadow Mario.
I feel like the Pina Shadow Mario feels pretty safe.
I agree.
You aren't really expecting Pinkies to be going for it at the moment, right after she clicks for from Pianta. So it looks like Pinkies is gonna be done with Pina 2, so Mars would need like, I think one exit area in EYG, and then maybe a bit more of mistakes to lose Pina
I
Shadow
don't
Mario.
know if Mars knows EYG.
Oh, that's interesting. But that's also kind of bad for Pinkies since that's another way to not lose time. So then it's all up to Pina 6. Yeah, when you have to rely on opponents' bad gameplay, it's not looking good.
Yeah, so they're going to probably re-enter Pinna at a very similar time. And Mars is 2 shines ahead,
Yeah.
but I don't think he knows EYG.
Yeah, so
But still,
EYG is...
yeah. He's going to have to die in Pinna 6 a whole lot. Oh, Pink leaving anyways.
Yeah, I guess she realizes that it's too late now, so banking on Mars going for the Piantissimos. And at that point, yeah, I guess if she snipes the Piantissimos, delays that by a bit, maybe she can catch up more for the Pina Shadow Mario. Although I think this is actually 2 from 5, since
It is.
she has it. But yeah, not sure if she just wants the goal before the game ends or if she's trying to snipe that from Mars. Mars has...
This is looking like an I've never done Pinna 5 in my life from Mars.
Yeah, usually...
Mars is definitely a bingo main.
Yeah, usually doing it from the back.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have just gone to the back and done it with Hover. That would have been interesting.
Yeah. Maybe Pink thought she could win 3 from 4 in Pinna, but there just really wasn't a way.
Yeah, not really, especially with having the cutscene and Mecha being a slow shine.
Yeah. Yep, 2 from 5 clicked off. Simultaneous shine get.
Yeah, so at this point I think only a game over would save Pinkish. Yeah, looks like she's a bit lost right now.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. I think this is a...
Yeah, looks like she...
a Noki.
Yeah, that
Noki
makes
for
sense.
Pianissimo.
At least that's a clean 20 shines.
Yep. I don't know how experienced Mars is with Pinna 6. It's not one that you do super commonly in bingo, so I don't know if he's ever tried to IL it.
Yeah, it's not really a popular IL. I think Lumardi was doing it at one point, but you have to do the patch slide, so it's not really the greatest IL.
Uh-oh. Mars is behind a cycle. Well, behind a couple cycles from optimal if you consider over the top. Playing safe.
Yeah, this should be fine. Looks like the blocks are lining up. pretty well.
Oh boy, Mars going around.
Yeah, looks like this is not one of the shines he has IL'd.
No. That is the intended way. Going around the orange blocks like that is
Yeah,
definitely the intended way, but it's not one that you see speedrunners do very often. I thought it was a pretty good match. I felt like Mars had it, and then I got very scared for him when he followed Pink into lives and followed her into Pianta. But even after all that, he was still okay.
yeah. Maras just had a really solid route, while Pinkish had a route that could work, but she needed to prioritize the goals a bit differently. Yeah, I think maybe she should have gone for the lives earlier, the Turbo Nozzle earlier, and not focused on the blues as much.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think at that point this would be possibly her win, but you can never know what Mars would have come up with. But yeah, it looked like Mars is moving up to the finals.
Might be a Schmitty, Werber, Jaegerman, Jansen Div 4 finals. I got to win a match on Sunday, though.
Yeah, that's really sick. I hope it happens.
It'd be awesome, but I need to win one of my 2 matches against Vipa, so we'll see.
Yeah, let's see if they want an interview.
GG, Pink.
Gee, hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Going
What
all
a-
right. That was a tough match.
It was. I don't even know what to say about my everything that just happened there.
GG, Mars. Congrats.
GG, Mars.
GG.
Well played. Well deserved.
Thank you, thank you.
I
I feel like this was a really weird card.
It
was a
was.
little weird. Mars, I did want to ask, Pink, you don't know this, but Mars followed you into Bianco 1 for a life grind, and then followed you into 4 Pianta for 4 Pianta shines. Mars, how nervous were you after she clicked both of those ahead of you?
Pretty nervous, but I felt like I had a pretty good shot at 3 from 4 because, like, I felt like I would be following her into Pianta after going there, but it was like so quick. If she like messed up anything in Pianta 4, I feel like I might have been able to snag it, and then she clicked it, and I immediately just went to Gelato and did like the 2 fast shines for 3 from 4. So I felt like doing at least those 3 Pianta shines was the right play, and maybe I should have like done a split play where I go to Gelato instead of going to Pianta 4.
Yep.
But other than that, I think it was fine.
I guess that
I
was
think
good
so.
on my part. Like good call on my part.
I agree. At that point in
sure.
time,
I mean,
it was critical for you to get live.
Yeah, at this point,
was-
Mars had like way too many win cons. I was like playing catch up at this point. Like I was playing catch up the entire match, even though I was ahead, quote unquote, in like goals. Well,
I
not
was
goals,
so
but like
surprised that you went for lives because I was like, well, there's so many things I can do. I bet she'll probably try to like race me to something and I can just like get lives. And then you click lives. I'm like, what? Dude, that's like the most
Yeah.
insane read. Yeah, that was really well played. I felt like I had such a big advantage from the start by just not going for any blues and going like Rico into Delphinos into Pinnarush. And you
Yeah.
getting was that 4 Fruit Ladies? Not
Yeah.
the pinup. Yeah, you getting that was so important because if you didn't, then I have that row like basically for free.
Yeah.
I have Delfino Turbo and like everything, so I feel like that really was a big equalizer and made the match super close.
Yep. Rico into Pinna we felt was pretty strong, but Pink, I think you countered it well with 15 Delfino and 4 Fruit Ladies. One thing we were talking about, Pink, was how you were committing pretty hard to blues. Why did you feel like you had to finish that up really quickly in Gelato?
I don't know, because at that point I felt like that row was getting contested, so I like I said, I was playing catch up. I was playing catch up at that point, so I don't know. I just felt like I had to at least get something.
Yeah, that mentality totally makes sense. I guess from our perspective, we knew Mars was not thinking about blues at all for pretty much the whole match, but I guess it's hard for you to know that. Yep.
I mean, I felt like he was, because he clicked 5 blues, like 5 enemies and 5 bluebirds. So I was like, okay, he might be going for blues. So he might go for 60 blues for that row if he wants it. So
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
also the fruit ladies. So I was like, okay, I need to like do that now. And I also wanted Delfino coins. So I was like, okay, if I want to win that row, I have to do fruit. Like I should do fruit ladies. And then I struggled like hell in fruit ladies. So that
Oh, I
took so
forgot
much
about
time out
that.
of like my gameplay too. So
Yeah.
I was just all
Yep.
over the place. Honestly, I probably like checked out of the match like whenever you clicked. I don't remember what it was. Somewhere like very early in the match, I like mentally had checked out, which honestly is not very fair because then I kept you playing. But like I don't like to quit, so I just kept playing.
I did think 15 Delfinos with 4 Fruit Ladies was a good call. I think we thought that was good. It was mainly the continuing to commit to blues after that when some of the other goals were more contested. But I guess you don't really have a way of knowing for sure that Mars isn't going for blues. Yeah, it's always easier when you're watching both screens.
Yeah, fair enough. You also, I was like gonna go after Gelato. I think I was gonna go to Turbo and like I was gonna unlock the Turbo. I also wanted to go to. I also wanted to like go for Lily Pad. So I had starred Lily Pad Turbo and 4 Pianta. So you kind of like snagged me out of those. So yeah. You're so fast. I don't know how you get so many things done so quickly.
These two matches are such big outliers because normally I'm the one who's like doing slow stuff, getting blues, and like trying to counter like the progression plays. But this time it like both of our games it felt like really flipped, and I just went for only like the fastest stuff I could think of.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, Rico with Delfinos into Pinna was just a whole lot faster than Bianco 2 with Bianco 100.
Yeah, I saw
So
the
that was-
Bianco 100 click, and I was like, yes.
Yeah,
I felt like I had such a huge advantage, like from that early on, even because I was just
Yep.
like ahead to all the goals.
you were in a tough spot, Pink, because you needed the turbo click. You needed 18 lives. You needed 3 from 4,
Yeah.
and so I could tell you were like splitting between trying to figure out what to get there, but it was tough to know where to go win.
How close was 3 from 4?
Pink.
Not very far. I didn't have 3 from a lot of levels. I had 3 in Bianco and I had 3 in Pianta. That was about it.
And then you did you not do Gelato? Oh no, you were 1 away in Rico still. Okay, so you were 1 away in Rico, 1 away in Gelato. Yeah. And then you were in Pinna 2 when it got clicked, I think.
I was.
Yeah.
That's why I like whenever you click that, I kind of assumed you were gonna go for 2 from 5. But that's why I rushed it, and then I was like, okay, 2 Piantissimos or Pinna, and then I was like, okay, 2 Piantissimos maybe. Like I didn't know what to go for at that point because, I didn't know what you thought was gonna be faster. Because honestly, I have been very confused by some of your choices in our matches. So I was like, I don't know what to go for. And then I realized that you already had Yoshi, so you were ahead of me in Pinna. So I was like, okay, I have to go to Pinna to try and like snipe it, but you were already there. So
That makes
I think
sense.
I was I was
a
in
little worried,
Pinna 4.
because I know you'd know EYG, and I don't know it. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I just have to have a big enough lead that it carries me.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, GG. Well
GG.
played. You deserve it.
GG guys. It ended up being really close, I think.
Yeah, it was crazy close. I was
We
so
thought Mars
surprised
was
that it
ahead.
was that close. I felt like I had it like a guaranteed win almost from like the Biancos and like Blue Coins clicks, and then you brought it back so hard. It was really crazy.
Yeah, the 18 lives and the 4 Piazza made it really close. So well played by both.
my only 2 good calls in this game.
No, I still think the 4 Fruit Ladies was a good way to combat his Pinna.
Yeah,
progress.
definitely that too.
Listen, it worked. Okay, I made you work
Yeah.
harder for your win.
Yeah. But Mars are going to be in the finals. Hopefully, I can join you and we can have a
we can have
2v2
it.
reunion.
Schmitty, Werper, Jaeger, Mars Jensen finals.
Hopefully.
wait.
We'll see. I got to win another match, though. So,
Good luck, Schmidt. You got this.
thanks. Well played by both you guys. I really enjoyed watching that.
Yeah. GG.
GG.
Yep. GG, guys. We are going to take a break, I think. Yeah, we got another match at 5, so I'm guessing we'll just keep streaming, but
Yeah.
I'll see y'all in about 18 minutes. Right, Romano? Yes.
Yeah, we are off. See ya.